Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then hi, my name's Zoe. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope that you do decide to subscribe and also turn on that bell so you're notified every time that I post. If you're already a subscriber to my channel, make sure your bell's on, as YouTube doesn't like suggesting true crime content. So to make sure you don't miss an upload, make sure the bell is on. So today's video is an exciting video as it's the first video in my true crime week. So all this week, Monday to Friday, I am doing true crime videos, and some of these are collabs with some of your favourite true crime creators. Some of them you may have heard of, some of them you may have not, but every time you watch a video on my channel, make sure you also jump over to watch the second video on the other creator's channel. So we'll be doing a case on my channel and we will be doing a case on their channel, and that is how it will go for the rest of this week. So it's really important to not miss an upload in this true crime week, to have your bell on. And if you do by chance miss an upload, I will be creating a playlist down below with all the videos on my channel and all the videos on their channel all in one, so you can go back and watch them. So today's video is actually a collaboration with the wonderful Brooke Makenna. Now initially I didn't know about her channel, and then she followed me on Twitter and then I seen she had a channel, and ever since I have been watching her videos. She has such a soothing voice, she is so in depth and she is really good at what she does, and I'm so privileged to be doing a collaboration with her. So make sure you do go into that link in the description and check out her channel after this video, because she totally deserves it. She's amazing. So before jumping right into this case, I am going to give my usual disclaimer that I mean no disrespect to anybody that I talk about, or anybody involved in the case, or anybody that knows anybody that's involved with this case. I'm simply putting facts together from different online sources just to make more awareness on this case. Also, if I do pronounce anything wrong at all, if you could let me know in the comments box below, that would be amazing. Today we are talking about missing 8-year-old Relisha RUDD. Relisha RUDD was born on the 29th of October 2005 to her mother Shamika Young. Her childhood didn't have the best of beginnings. She was living in a rundown part of Washington DC, and she lived in a homeless shelter. She lived in this homeless shelter with her mother and her brothers. But despite everything that was going on in her life, Relisha was described as a smiley, energetic, happy little girl. And whenever she would walk into a room, she would light it up just by her smile. Social services were involved in Relisha's life since she was about 2 years old. She was turning up to school in dirty clothes. Her body was dirty, she hadn't washed, and it seemed like she hadn't washed for days. And she would attend school and not want to go home. Now school was sort of her distraction away from what was going on outside of school. She loved to be there, she loved having friends and being looked after, because the school would keep clean clothes for her, they would give her a wash. So she really enjoyed to attend school. There was an after school club that was Relisha's lifeline. She enjoyed going there, and it really took her mind off her home situation, and it just gave her an extra few hours after school just to have fun and be away from that situation.
Suddenly, Relisha stopped attending school, and her teachers were extremely worried, knowing that this was completely unlike her, and decided to reach out to her mom. Her mother said that Relisha was unwell and that she was under the care of a Dr. Tatum. Now, at this point, 2 to 3 weeks went by, and still Relisha was absent from school, and so that is when the teachers decided to meet this Dr. Tatum at the homeless shelter to just see what was happening and make sure that this was the truth. However, when they went for this meeting, Dr. Tatum never showed up, and all they wanted to know was how severe the sickness was, when Relisha was coming back, and yet no one ever showed to tell them anything. At this point, a social worker actually went to this homeless shelter to kind of ask around and see who Dr. Tatum was, where Relisha was, kind of the relationship between the two, and get a feel of what was actually going on. And That is when they found something extremely strange, because there was no Dr. Tatum at the shelter that anyone knew of. The only Tatum was a Khalil Tatum, which was a 51-year-old resident at the homeless shelter and janitor. There was no doctor at all. Khalil Tatum actually didn't have the best track record either. He had been in and out of jail multiple different times, arrested for different things, been in prison twice, and although many people in the shelter said that he was a kind, nice guy that they got along with, they did say he had some seemingly inappropriate relationships with children. He got very close to them, and one of them being Relisha, and he would buy her toys, take her to the cinema, to dinner, to Disney on Ice, and they were very concerned about how close he got to these children.
Relisha's family described Cahill as a godfather to Relisha. He seemed like he was part of the family unit, and this is why they believed the relationship between Khalid and Relisha was just innocent rather than inappropriate. Given all the information, police finally opened a missing persons case for Relisha on the 19th of March 2014. But by this point it had been a month since anybody had seen her. They were also searching for Cahill Tatum as they believed he had some information in regards to this case. Relisha's mother had actually said that she thought Relisha was staying at her grandmother's, but police later cleared this and said that it wasn't true, as they spoke to Relisha's grandmother and she said that she hadn't seen her either. Soon after starting their investigation, police soon located some CCTV of Relisha. She was caught on camera walking down a hallway at a Holiday Inn. The Holiday Inn was located in northeast Washington. This was on the 26th of February and she was with Cahill. Police also later caught some footage of Cahill and Relisha, and this footage was from the 1st of March. They were entering a room together in the Days Inn in Washington DC. This footage is a last confirmed sighting of Relisha, and the day after this confirmed sighting, Khalil was spotted buying some trash bags.
On the day that Relisha was reported missing, a body was found. However, it was not her own. It was actually Khalil's wife, who was found with a gunshot wound to the head at Prince George's County in Maryland. Khalil was now the prime suspect in his wife's murder and Relisha's missing persons case. Now, Khalil had been seen entering this hotel room with his wife, and she did not come out with him. However, 11 days later, on March 31st, Khalil's body would be found as well. His body was found in Kenilworth Park, and it was of an apparent suicide. Now, they were happy that they had found Khalil, however, this meant no answers in Relisha's case, and they searched around the area in the shed he was found in, and hoping that they could find any evidence of Relisha, her belongings, anything that would bring them to her, but they found nothing, and with his death, he seemed to take most of the answers of what happened to Relisha with him.
During further investigations to find Relisha, her mother started to act really strange. She was throwing a lot of accusations around. One of them being that Relisha's grandmother actually knew what happened to her, saying her grandmother had tried to frame Cahill by sending text messages and making police believe that Cahill was the prime suspect. But then Relisha's grandmother was saying that it was her mother's fault, saying that she allowed it to happen as she allowed Cahill to be around her child. Later in this case, a friend of Cahill Tatum's wife, who had been murdered earlier, came forward with some information. He said he knew why Cahill decided to kill his wife. He said that maybe his wife knew too much about the situation between Cahill and Relisha. Maybe she knew where she was or what Cahill had done to Relisha, so he had no choice but to kill her.
Then police discovered that Relisha wasn't the only person to go missing around this time at the homeless shelter. A 14-year-old actually went missing, and it was found by investigators that she had been sex trafficked to California. And so this led many to believe the theory that Relisha had also been sex trafficked. However, of course, the other theory is that she was murdered by Khalil. And given the evidence and what was done to Khalil's wife, it's very likely that that could be the case.
Police are still actively looking for Relisha, and given the circumstances, they believe there's a possibility that she could still be alive. They have created an age progression picture for Relisha, and the community is still very active in trying to find her, such as annually handing out posters and keeping her name in the media. As I always do in these missing people cases, I am going to give a full description of Relisha at the time of her disappearance. Also, I will show the age progression picture so you can screenshot it and send it to friends. And also I will leave missing people posters and also contact numbers of the people you need to contact if you have any information at all in the description box below. If you have any information at all, no matter how big or small, I urge you to contact police with your information. Relisha was African American with brown eyes, and she was 8 years old at the time of her disappearance. She was around 4 foot and she weighed about 80 pounds, and she was also known as Little Mama. I urge you to share this video, or even just share the missing people posters, because you never know what somebody out there may know. Somebody may know just the littlest bit of information that may crack this case wide open. So that is all for this video, and that is all for my first video of my true crime week. I really hope that you're going to enjoy this week. I'm sorry if you heard noise disruption in the first part of the video. I did have my window open, which was a bit of a mistake, but we can always ignore that. So that is all for this video. There will be a new video tomorrow, which is another collaboration, but I am not going to spill the beans on whose video is coming tomorrow. If you've kept up on my social medias and on my Instagram, you already have an idea of who is going to be involved in this week, so make sure you go and follow me over there, because I'm always active on Instagram. So make sure you give this video a massive thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I shall see you in my next true crime video. Bye.